So the Chevron Doctrine not only affected the federal agencies and the judges and the lawyers, but it also affected police officers. They said because of all the affiliation that they had with each other, the federal agencies, the judges and the lawyers and the police officers, it affected everyone. So the police officers now have to go up under the sheriff departments. Now, a lot of police department has been closing down for a long time. They will tell you they're closing down because of lack of funding. They're not closing down because of lack of funding. They're closing down because they were under an unlawful government, the United States, Inc., which is now bankrupt. So now police departments, which did not get charged with crimes against humanity or did not get fired, because a lot of them probably did get fired, but the other ones can be retrained and relocated in the jurisdiction of the sheriff departments. But eventually, understand, all the police departments will eventually close down as we move further into the fifth dimension, because eventually we won't have a need for the police because there won't be any crime. We will live in a crimeless society. That's where we're going. But this is a good first step to take down all the police departments, take down all the lawyers and the judges and the federal government. So with all of that happening up under the Supreme Court on June the 28th with the Chevron Doctrine, it guts the whole law system. That was 90% of the cases that went into the court system. So do you understand how big this is? That means that all of the cases that would have ended up in court, the whole court system should be empty now. It should be empty now after this Supreme Court ruling. Again, the ruling was called the Chevron Doctrine, also called the Chevron Deference. And it went back 40 years and said the federal government had been using unlawful means to make up their own laws, rules, and regulations. And what they were doing was unlawful. The federal government, 439 federal agencies were doing that. I know that because I worked for them. I saw all the illegalities that they were conducting over the years. So the Supreme Court said, because the judges and the lawyers didn't intervene and do the right thing, they too are going to be brought down with the Chevron Doctrine along with police departments. So that ruling came out on June the 28th. You guys, of this year, June 28, 2024. So you guys need to go back and look at that ruling. Now that they've taken down the federal government, they're going now for the city and state officials. Now, there's supposedly not supposed to be any more foreclosure on homes. Now that they're getting ready to pay off your mortgage, your car notes, your credit cards, and student loans, that should have also stopped all the foreclosures. So there is no way that they still should be foreclosing on anyone's home right now, because again, they are taking down the city and state governments now, which, they are probably having a hard time doing. But right now, again, nobody should be getting their home foreclosed on.